Hey Tuko family, my name is Casandra Makiya. I'm 28 years old and this is my story. We're going to be talking about me basically and the challenges I've had so far. But otherwise, please enjoy, be patient and enjoy the episode.
Tuko family, how are you doing? My name is Kingori Wangeshi and we are in Ngong. I'm doing this only for the job description and terms of reference. Otherwise, somebody else might take my job. So here now is my story, and this story is Cassandra's story. Thank you, Lillian, for inviting us into your space and allowing us to have this conversation here in your house. But probably you could introduce yourself formally, your name, your full name, because I just called you Lillian.
My name is Lillian Onyango. Yeah, and thank you also for finding time to come and be with us.
It is our pleasure and also our duty to come and share stories with the Tuko family. So this is Lillian Onyango, aka Mama.
Mama Cassandra.
Mama Cassandra.
Yes.
Because we are here to hear the story of your daughter, would you describe for us how she was so that our viewer can appreciate the background up to this point? Okay. How was Cassandra before this surgery that we are calling surgery?
Okay.
Yes. What kind of a daughter was she and how old is she?
Well, Cassandra growing up has been a very bright student. I actually can say I'm a very proud mother, because whenever I went to school, at the end of the term, her name would be among the first on the list of the blackboard, showing me that, oh, she's at least among the three who have the best grades in class. So I never really had to sit with teachers to like discuss, okay, way forward, what do we do with this, with Cassandra, which areas does she need to improve and stuff like that. And she wasn't even somebody who was who I could push to study. She knew how to program herself. There's a time when she'd even be among the top during athletics. Yeah.
So she is now a top performer in class and an athlete.
Yeah, an athlete.
In the field.
Yeah, yeah.
A good performer as well.
Oh, yeah.
I see why you're saying
in
you're
drama.
Proud. In drama.
Yeah. Yeah, she was just an amazing kid.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know if it is about the ladies and age. There is that question you're avoiding. How old is she?
Oh, she's 28. Cassandra is 28. She's 28.
Yes. We are here now to hear the story from the horse's mouth. But now, from Cassandra's mouth.
The horse is me.
The horse is Cassandra is the horse today. You're also funny. So now, your mom had mentioned to us that you do many things.
Yeah.
She could not even remember some of them. Please tell us what you do or what you like to do.
I used, okay, I don't know if I should speak in present.
Let's speak.
Okay, before surgery, I was a loctician, basically making locks, an athlete, as in I love sports. I used to play soccer, and go to the gym, and I loved singing a lot. So you can imagine, without speech, I've not sung in almost 2 years now. Awesome. I just sing in my head, which I didn't know apparently could be a difficulty. I had no idea. But yeah, I loved singing, reading. I'm a reader. I love writing. I can't write at the moment, but at least on a laptop, I can.
Yes.
So yeah, those at the things. And I'm a music fan. I love listening to music a lot.
Any specific genre of music?
Well, I listen to a lot of music, just not Lingala, rumba. My mom loves Ohangla. I don't.
You don't like
yet,
Ohangla?
No.
You like rumba and Lingala?
No. Those are the
ones that you...
exceptions.
Oh, okay.
We were in Kigali for about 11 years, since 2004. Yeah, we came back. She came back earlier because she wanted to. I mean, she came to get her papers ready. They wanted her to get her papers ready for work permit in Rwanda. But when she came, she found a job here. So she came before us. I was with the brother. We remained with the brother and came back around 2015. Yeah, and found her here already working. Yeah, so she's the one who housed me when I came back. Yeah, she housed me and the brother, and actually did that for quite a while before I got my own place.
I'm a very independent person, so I like making my own money. It's usually hard for me to ask people to do things for me because I'm like, they also have things on their plate. So I'd love to be a free spirit again, go back to working out, sports, working, everything, vlogging, singing. What? I love it.
All right. We'd want to see you back to those things, to the sport, to the gym. I can even see some weights over there.
Yeah.
That's how much you love gymming.
I do. I love the gym a lot.
Yes.
It's weird. I love keeping fit. People say, why would you stress yourself? It's actually become something I enjoy. Of course, at first, the pain at first, but after some time, it became a lifestyle. So it became something I couldn't live without. I just enjoyed it.
So now let's talk about her health challenges. When did you discover that she had some challenges with her health?
Well, from childhood, what I know is the only health problem she had was asthma when she was a child. But she's actually not been a very sickly child, actually. She's been very healthy. Yeah, so come 2020, when we realized she had the brain tumor, is when now all those things started. She wasn't, there was really nothing that made us think that she had the brain tumor.
There were no signs.
There was no signs. Yeah, there were no signs. Yeah, our friend just insisted they go to hospital one time because when she had a very bad headache on one Wednesday, which she couldn't understand. Then come Sunday, they went for soccer. She could not, I mean, when she tried to kick the ball, it just moved at a small distance.
She's also a player?
Yeah, she is.
Oh.
Yeah, she's a player.
Wow.
She's a soccer player.
Wow.
Yeah.
All-rounded.
So
now she kicks the ball, but it doesn't move.
It did not move. It just...
Can you say that was the first sign that something is not right?
Yeah, maybe the headache and now that is what made the friend actually realize, because they used to spend a lot of time with the friend. So, considering the friend actually had lost two parents, but through this complaint about headache, When she talked about her headache, she was like, I'm not losing a third person.
Let's go back a little bit, Cassandra, and take us to the day that you went to hospital and now a CT scan was done. What happened after that?
So, of course, I tried to be as positive as possible because I'm a very emotional person and even a small thing can make me cry. So my friend insists that we go to hospital. So I went, they did blood tests, there was nothing there. So the doctor recommended I do a CT scan because the doctor said when the symptoms of bad headaches and certain body parts having difficulty functioning like before, CT is recommended. It's better to do a CT and find nothing than ignore it and then there's actually a problem. So they recommended a CT scan. I went, did a CT scan, got the results, went back to the doctor. I had it's called a meningioma, a brain tumor, a meningioma, and the area it was basically affecting my motor skills. That's why I have a problem with walking now, talking, my hands, coordination, basically. It was in the motor area. Luckily, it wasn't cancerous and it wasn't inoperable. They said they could operate and remove it completely. Then I'd just have to survive on medication and physiotherapy to train me, because there's a point even my strength, everything basically had shut down. I was just basically existing. Now I've actually seen a lot of progress. But yeah, when I was diagnosed with the brain tumor, of course I was worried, and then being from this generation, I Google a lot.
So
I Google.
What did the doctor tell you when he looked at that result, at that plate of CT scan?
Yeah.
What did he tell you?
He said my tumor was about the size of a lemon, and I needed surgery in 2 to 3 weeks at most. He was very specific that I shouldn't exceed that period of time. It was urgent, so I was given some meds before surgery just to control symptoms, so that one day I don't end up having like a seizure on the road out of nowhere. They were there to keep me going.
But it was removed.
Yes.
That is
it
good.
was successful.
Of course, as a mother, I was really, I was so shocked. I was confused. I didn't even know what to do. I thought actually that was the end of it. Though the good news is that it was not a cancerous one. So that gave me some comfort. So we had people who recommended we go to Bomet. Yeah, that's where she had her surgery done. It was successful. That was on October 15th, 2020. After the surgery, when we came, she came back when she was walking. and she could actually still do everything. She was able to speak, and everything was still perfect with her.
Just a little back. How many hours or what duration did the surgery take, and did she spend some time in the hospital for recovery?
The surgery took, it was 2 hours. It was about 2 hours. I waited 2 hours, then I was called to go when it was already done. And she stayed in hospital for just about 2 days. Then after the 2 days, we stayed in Bomet a day, then traveled back home. All throughout the time after, from surgery to, say, January, sometime around 20th of January, is when, or some days before that 20th, we started noticing a difference in her balance. She could not be able to do so many things. Actually the balance, at that point it was just the balance. In January, there was a problem with there was some fluid coming out of the wound, the surgery where she was operated. So at first we communicated with the doctor, a doctor that we had his number, but he did not communicate back. What he told us was that if the fluid is not colorless, if it's colorless, then there's no problem. If it has some sort of color, then that's when they're supposed to, there should be some cause of
alarm.
Yeah. So because she had an appointment to go back on the 20th, we waited, we went back now on the 20th. So on seeing the doctor, the surgeon who operated on her, from his look, I could tell whatever she was experiencing was really serious. His face just made me know, okay, they don't talk. They cannot tell you directly whatever the problem could be.
And he told me recovery time was roughly 3 months to maybe 6 months. So I waited. But my condition has been different. I guess people's bodies react differently. I don't know.
So you Googled. You wanted to understand what you're going through. What did you find?
Funny thing is I connected the things I read. Of course, there's this thing we always say, Google can make you think you have cancer when you only have a flu. So don't follow the symptoms 100%. Doctors know better, as in it's better if you tell the doctor the symptoms and they run the tests and confirm. Don't just base your knowledge on what you read on the internet.
What did you read yourself? What did you see?
Good thing, by that time I told myself not to believe everything I read, because I actually thought I was going to have a stroke.
Those are scaring things.
I was like, oh God, a stroke at my age. I was 26 at that time, 2 years back. So I was very worried. I'm like, okay, what happens to work, whatever, my family, as in, I had a million things going on in my brain, but I had a lot of encouragement too from friends, family, people were like, don't worry, at least there's a solution. They said surgery, at least the tumor will be removed. I even named my tumor.
You named it?
I named it Trevor. No offense.
You named it?
People call Trevor.
You named it Trevor?
Yeah.
Why?
Just.
Cassandra, you're hilarious.
Life is short. There's no need to be too serious.
It's never that serious. Eh? It's never that serious. But why did you pick on the name Trevor?
I don't know. It was a random name.
Everything changed. We came back and she could not do anything. Her speech, you notice her speech just started. She lost her speech. She could not, her legs, she couldn't move anymore. She couldn't feed herself. Everything just went down. And we couldn't understand what was happening. And whenever we sought medical attention, it was just getting worse every time. So we couldn't understand what was happening. So of course, family came in and tried to help where they can. But we have also, we really had help from friends, so friends and family. They've really been there. Just that, you know, everybody, when such things happen, you don't expect them to go on for so long. So it reaches a time when people also get tired of helping. But the problem still remains with us. Yeah, so I'd say it's really been a struggle for us. Yeah. Now what I know is she needs counseling, because going through after having gone through what she has and having been independent, for the fact that now she's down, she can't be able to do anything. Those are things that I'm sure, they definitely do something to her brain. She needs counseling. Well, she does physiotherapy. She's been doing physiotherapy for a while now, and from the doctor we've been seeing, the doctor we started seeing the other day told us she would need a lot of to do hydrotherapy many times, to consistently do it, to be able to make her so that her legs get stable, can become stable again. And in all this, we've been spending money doing that.
How much is a session of hydrotherapy?
Hydro is 3,500. Yeah, but the physiotherapist comes home. The physiotherapist comes home twice. He used to come at least three times before, but due to financial challenges, we toned it down. He's not able to continue coming as often as he used to. I would say because of her speech, she's not as talkative as she used to be. And sometimes I think she's so close to herself. She's drawn. She doesn't really, because of the challenges she's facing. She's not able to. There are things she's not able to talk about. She keeps them to herself. Yeah, and as a parent, sometimes you get concerned when those kind of things happen. During the time she was sick, I remember at some point she even asked me to give her a blade to cut her her wrist. She wanted to cut her wrist. She was like, she'd given up. She had given up completely. And it's not something that it affected me somehow.
Understandably.
Yeah. Sometimes even up to now, I request the brother to take the medicine away from her, because sometimes I think sometimes think she can decide to do that, because having been that vibrant, and then you see yourself so down, so many thoughts come into your mind sometimes, and some of them, there can be those of thoughts to harm yourself or something. That was not the Cassandra that I knew before. Some of the things I can say, she would never do that. She never think about those kind of things before.
Members of Tuko family, if you are there and you're a counselor, sometimes you do not ask just for money. You can donate your services to Lillian and Cassandra. This is their state and this is their story. You've heard. You don't want to come and give another story worse than this one. When you're there and you can do something to help them, at least lighten their burden. If you're a counselor and you have those services, please get in touch with Lillian. It will be well. Tuko family cares.
Thank you.
And you'll see a difference.
Yeah.
Yes. Would you outline for us your day when you wake up in the morning throughout?
When I wake up, of course, I think everyone goes to the loo when they wake up. So after that, I take breakfast, then I have medication I have to take in the morning and at night. So I take my morning meds because I can't move a lot. I watch series or movies. Sometimes I do things on the laptop. Then sometimes my bro helps me walk around with support so I can exercise, or my mom.
Another thing is the fact that now she's not able to do anything, to move. There also comes that issue of the rent issue. She's not able to afford her rent anymore because she can't move around and work. So if she can be able to maybe get a well-wisher who can give her something to do. She does well on her machine these days because her hands she can be able to work on the machine on her laptop. She can get even a remote work from home thing. It can really
help.
Yeah, it can really help. Yeah, so that at least I know she loves being independent. She's not a person who wants to be helped every time. Oh, give me money or handouts. She's not a handouts person.
Indeed, if she left Rwanda to come to Kenya on her own, she's an independent person.
Yeah, she's
you
an
have
independent
brought her
person.
up well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hey guys, it's your favorite optician again. So today I want to color my hair. Basically, I just want to replenish the color that was on my hair already. And so I decided, how about I document this and, we do it together.
Talk to us about your vlogging.
I used to vlog basically about locks because it's the business I was doing and I also love locks a lot. So my vlogging was basically just giving tips things I pick up along the way, or even like questions my clients would ask me, like this and that about locks. So I'm like, oh, many people want to know this. Okay, so I do a video so that even if someone is not directly in touch with me, they have access to that information.
Please mention the name of your channel because this is really impressive.
My YouTube channel is Dreads on Flick 254.
Dreads on Flick 254.
Yeah.
That is Cassandra's
it's
channel.
Also on Instagram and Facebook, same name.
Did you like swimming?
Yeah, I did. It's a sport to me.
Oh, anything that is sports,
I loved.
you're in.
Yeah.
So now, it's a bad question, but I'm going to ask.
It's okay.
How do you feel now that you're not able to do all those things that you're doing? And there are so many, and there are things for a person who we can describe as outgoing.
Yeah.
But now you're here reserved.
So I was a major extrovert, like 90-something%. I was always out doing things. Now, having to change, being confined to the house, it's been quite a challenge. Of course, physically, but also mentally and emotionally. It's been quite a challenge because I used to be a free thinker and I'd talk about anything, but I found myself being more reserved because I'm like, I don't want to dampen people's moods.
So now we also want to introduce the entire Tuko family to be your friends, and friends who, some will come to visit you, of that I'm sure, because we have a very lovely family called Tuko family. Some will come to visit you. And there's that one friend who took you to hospital, who insisted that you must go to hospital. Would you want to mention her name and appreciate her?
Her name, Irene. I love you, you know.
Okay. And you're also a very happy person. Where do you get this joy from?
I was born this way. Sorry, I'm not bragging.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
You're born happy.
And I have a loving family and friends around me, so there's no reason to be a third person, really.
Wow, that is powerful. So, what do you do? What do you keep yourself busy with?
At the moment, I wouldn't say I have anything I'm doing because I have been a caregiver since 2020. But if I can still be able to get people to do locks for, that can work for me. Or also maybe get something on an online thing to be able to do, because for as long as she's not able to move,
you're also tied down.
I'm tied down because the brother also has to start going to college sometime soon. So that will still leave me with her. So at the moment, I wouldn't say I can be able to move around. So if I can just get clients who I can be able to do their locks for, I have somebody who can be with her for a few hours when I'm gone, and then release the person when I come back. Or maybe get an online thing, a work from home job to do. It can be able to sustain us.
So allow me to ask an ignorant question. Lakini kuuliza si ujinga. Can she do locks here herself?
At the moment, no. She can't.
Okay. So it's only you who can do that.
I can, and I do house calls.
Okay.
I can do house calls. Yeah.
Okay.
Most people prefer house calls, especially after COVID. Yeah, so that's what we used to do with her.
Okay. So now you do locks, and you mentioned that you'd want to, or you can do online works.
Yeah.
Which ones are you an expert in?
Yeah, administration has been more of what I went to college for. And maybe things like data entry, stuff like that, I can be able to handle when I'm in the house. Because something like jobs that admins do, I don't really have to be there to be seen in person. I can be able to work on it and hand it over and be able to sustain myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were you doing in Rwanda?
In Rwanda, at some point, I was a project manager. Yeah. And that's mostly what I did there. Yeah. I also did marketing for the Rwanda directory, Rwanda business directory.
Okay, so even here you can still do project management.
Yes, I can still do it.
Or that is part of administration. That is okay. So mostly the help that you need for Cassandra is somebody to come and talk to her.
Yeah.
Counseling
Maybe
sessions.
a speech therapy also.
Speech therapist,
speech
yes.
therapy.
We pray that you get help, medical help, somebody or people to come and have a conversation with you, so that you know what they call debriefing. You have so much in your mind, you need to talk to somebody else. And I think that is one of the reasons your mom reached out to us.
Yeah.
Would you welcome such a person?
By the way, I love company. Welcome, Kujeni. But just a disclaimer, don't think that if I keep quiet or I'm talking slowly, I'm not interested. No, that's not it. Sometimes I have difficulty expressing myself, but otherwise, company is welcome.
Thank you, thank you. So what are your dreams? What do you visualize your future like?
Like in my future, I actually visualize I want to become a programmer. There are some courses I took online, then I'm planning on furthering them, but basically that question they always ask people, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Yes.
If things go according to my plan, if I get better and back to normal, I see myself as a successful programmer, because I love solving problems, basically.
Awesome.
So, me and the computers, yes.
And we wish you all the best.
Thank
and I
you.
hope one day to tell this story now, having started
From
programming.
a different side.
Yes.
Totally.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank
and
you.
By the way, we were not patient. We just had a great conversation with you. No need for patience. No need for patience. It was a great conversation.
I'm glad.
Yes. And keep it up. Alafu usijikate na ile kitu
Don't worry.
Usifanye hivyo.
I won't.
Mama amekushikilia, bro amekushikilia, friends including us, tumekushikilia. Tusonge mbele na life. Ndio uprogram, si ndio? Perfect. Thank you very much. And I just need to hug you and say, tell you, keep it up, all will be well. Yes. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you.
Yes. Tuko family. There is Cassandra. She told us to be patient. But did you have to be patient? Nah. It's a conversation we've had with her. A lovely conversation. And you can tell she's sharp up here. So any help that she can get is much, much welcome.
True.
And how would you be reached?
My number is 0708 831 036. Yeah.
Please, you may give it again.
0708 831 036.
Tuko family, ladies and gentlemen, that is the story of Lillian and Cassandra. You've heard all through, and you've seen what kind of a person Cassandra is. I don't want to say was, but is. Vibrant, young, beautiful, intelligent. But now this condition, this illness has pulled her down and tied her to a seat. I pray that we come through for this family so that we can change their story. As always, our mantra is changing a life. We can change Cassandra's life. We can change this family's life. Whatever services you can offer to them, whatever help you may offer to them, it is much welcome. And that has been another episode of My Story with me, Kingori Wangeshi, right here on Tuko. Let's do this, as always. Thank you.